look at Crocodile's part. 9.
Yeah, 9 is my
Four
guess.
of being in this car, I'll tell you that. Okay, what were we doing?
Okay, so at this point, you have to present evidence to try and prove the emo girl's innocence. But there's not really too much to base it off of. So you kind of just have to guess.
Really?
As someone who you know, may have thought about this during our week-long break, I thought, you know, there's just not that much information out there. Maybe if we just try some evidence at random, it might work.
What? That is not helpful.
I got this internet history.
That's just what I've been thinking across the time. You know, I mean, but just keep in mind, Branya is still, I believe, the person that is up there. Yeah, Branya is the person that's up there.
Well, if
I don't know.
Up there.
I mean, you can. I mean, I guess you could do the internet history, but you know, Branya's the person that's up there. I think I would just.
Well, we got these missing pages from Branya's locker.
Yeah.
That's my best guess.
Sure.
Me too.
Alden says sure, so that sounds pretty good.
Okay.
Objection.
Okay, glad the music came back. What about this? Oh, sorry.
Stop embarrassing yourself.
Oh. Okay. That wasn't right.
Can we do the key again?
Maybe. Try clicking it. Oh. Objection.
How about this?
Oh no.
But what are you doing? I'm gonna click this doll.
Okay. Interesting. Objection.
Maybe this will change your mind. Okay.
The tape.
I mean, maybe you should just keep trying. There's got to be some evidence here somewhere.
All right. Okay, this time I have it for sure.
Please, can I?
Your honorable tyranny. I think we're finished here.
Think you might be right, buddy. Wait. A little disappointed, to be honest. Thought it'd be a better show than this. Don't. Dorea, let's go. Wait! Attention, everyone! Before we do anything hasty that we might regret later, I have a few facts to point out. 1. The lock was vandalized using a sharp cutting implement. 2. Although this could have indeed been accomplished using the nail file found in Dorea's locker, there are other items aboard this train car that could achieve a similar effect. 3. For example, a bladed strife specibus.
Oh.
4. There is someone sitting in the galley right now currently in possession of such an item.
Oh.
5. To not consider all possibilities at this juncture would be irresponsible. Therefore, 6. I suggest the defense call the new witness to the stand.
You mean?
Tegiri?
Tegiri, this Jade Blood accuses you of committing the capital offense of vandalizing a sacred historical artifact, which also happens to be a piece of subversive contraband. Do you understand the gravity of this accusation? It is a double crime.
What if I did do it?
What?
Wild!
Oh. What? Is this a confession?
We're just talking hypotheticals here. See, the troll who committed this crime was both nimble with a blade and a true brain genius. And while I will not admit to anything that would incriminate me, based on these attributes, you are right to suspect me.
Oh my god, are we really doing this?
I must defend my honor. I wouldn't expect a low blood to understand.
But we're the same blood caste, you absolute dumbass.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to her.
Haha, Joey's not gonna rise to some weak bait like that.
Just try me.
Let the games begin. Let's engage in a thought experiment. Let's say I did it. Let's say we are having a deeply intellectual exchange of free speech, in which the possibility of my participation in such an act would not result in prosecution. In such a model, one might say that this crime could not have been accomplished with a third-rate specimen such as a nail file. The cut is too elegant to have been inflicted by a plebeian using a feminine grooming tool. If you are saying that this crime was indeed a feat of agility and intellect, then it must have been committed by the most cunning warrior poet on the train. In theory.
Are you satisfied the current witness is obviously trolling the court?
Oh yeah, aren't we, all trolls here?
We sure are!
Anyway, something is still bugging me. Let's go over it again from the top.
If you insist.
Okay. Let's engage in the thought experiment. Let's say
my God.
I did it. Let's say we're having a deeply intellectual exchange of free speech in which the possibility of my participation in such an act would not result in prosecution. In such a model, gosh, I liked it better when it was just really. In such a model.
I know!
One might say that this crime could not have been accomplished with a third-rate specimen such as a nail filer. The cut is too elegant to have been inflicted by a plebeian using a feminine grooming tool. Are you saying this crime was in... If you were saying that this crime is indeed a feat of agility and intellect, then it must have been committed by the most cunning warrior poet on the train. I just want to prevent the evidence of his internet history, but I don't know how to get there.
You might have to do a few steps before getting
There, yeah, I think maybe I'm gonna press this.
Yeah, press it.
Okay. Objection!
But why?
It is the duty of the philosopher to ask questions.
No, I mean, why should we guarantee that we won't get prosecuted? Promising that you won't face consequences for what you say is kind of like giving you special privileges.
Mada. I didn't realize this court was being run by a bunch of CJWs. Court Justice Warriors, that's pretty good. Are you seriously accusing me of high blood privilege?
No, I'm accusing you of being a coward.
I am a samurai. I see that I underestimated you. But in order to defeat me in this theoretical paradigm, you must first prove that I had the motive and the means to compensate for your natural deficiencies. I will throw you a bone and admit that. In such a model, one might say that this crime could not have been accomplished with a third-rate specimen such as a nail file. The cut is too elegant to have been inflicted by a plebeian using a feminine grooming tool. If you are saying that this crime was indeed a feat of agility and intellect, then it must have been committed by the most cunning warrior poet on the train. In theory.
Okay. Oh, we have a fourth one now. Let's first prove that I had a motive and a means. Motive and a means. Could I present the evidence of the internet history? Should I press him first?
Yeah, I would Can you go to the next one real quick?
Yeah, I can do that. Could not have been accomplished with a third-rate specimen, such as a nail file.
Yeah. Go back.
Go back?
Go back. Yeah. I think you were saying you wanted to potentially press this.
Yeah.
Yeah. That should be good. Objection.
Stop right there.
You.
Is that a Sharingan?
No. Where do you see a
In
Sharingan?
his eye.
Mangekyo.
Yeah.
Oh, holy shit.
Oh my god.
Sharingan! You dare to cut me off in the middle of a sentence?
Yes, I dare. It's my right as a defensive
No, it is extremely rude.
What? Hate to break it to you, kid, but interrupting a witness is pretty rude. Let me get this straight. Lying, murder, blackmail, blatant contempt of the court. Okay. Interrupting definitely out of bounds? Definitely.
Definitively.
Yeah, well, what do you think when we are?
You have to switch it every time.
You don't even need to tell her. She'll just do it.
Yeah.
Complete monsters?
In such a mode, one might say, oh.
We're back to here. Can I present evidence here, or do I need to press more things?
Evidence.
Evidence. Evidence.
Yeah.
Yeah?
So you want to present evidence. Internet history is really interesting, but anybody could delete that. But you know what you can't delete?
Tapes.
Not tapes, no, you can delete those too. You can't delete the memories of playing with your favorite toys as a kid. Objection!
Oh.
Objection! Here, I want you to take a look at this.
It is a 1/25th injection, that's actually a 1/25th injection molded polystyrene model of the number mode model Imperial drone, last active during the Rust Blood zombie rebellion of the Black Age. But of course, everyone knows that.
I didn't, not until you told me earlier. You never did explain what you were doing near the Jade Lockers, especially since you claim to hate Jade drama so much. Could it be that you were looking for something that belonged to you? Oh, it's beginning to sweat. I think I'm starting to get the hang of this. What are you waiting for? Swooping for the kill. Of course, if it doesn't belong to you, you wouldn't mind if I tossed it out?
Wait! Objection!
Objection! Well, before you get rolling, let me save you from wasting your breath. Yes, it's very clear for you to have manufactured an anti-alibi out of thin air. But you've made one very serious logical error that I simply cannot overlook.
Oh?
Did you forget the basic conceit of this trial?
Oh.
I think I might have actually. There's so much going on. It's getting a little hard to follow. Then let me brief you on the case so far. We are not trying to ascertain who was lurking. We are trying to figure out who broke into Brianya's locker. Even if Tegiri is the proprietor of this disgusting nerd object, how does that give him a motive?
Sweet obs from the Auditor. I don't know if this sword boy worth any of our time.
Once again, we arrive at the only logical conclusion based on the evidence presented. Your client is... Gah! Ah! E... L... T... Y...
You ain't got no alibi. You guilty.
Great.
No.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Now, well, just a minute, Stells. Give us a chance to mount a rebuttal before gloating, would ya?
Is that customary under this hip new trial process? I've never known you to postpone gloating under any circumstance.
Of course not. But we're running a lab of sorts here. But what kind of experiment would it be if we didn't test all the variables, huh?
You know just how to sweet-talk me. And how does His Honorable Tyranny feel about allowing the defense to mount a rebuttal?
Allow it, smiling clown face. One chance. Better pick carefully or it's game over, buddies.
Oh no.
Let's take another look at the evidence and see if we can figure out why Tegiri was hanging around the Jade Lockers. It's his internet history.
I don't, you know, if, you know, just...
Why did we even get that? We wasted our spices.
Just, if you take a look over to the left, I mean, there's, you know, there's an interesting thing. Shelby, what did you...
The bar.
What did you get done
What did you
recently?
say, Ariel?
Oh, what,
That bar thing. That
what-
bar, or that
can we
mail
read
file?
a couple of the descriptions real quick?
Yeah, you want to start from the top? We got this lock, or
Okay.
this key, locker key.
Okay, that was
Blah, blah.
Branya's locker.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay, that was in Linera's locker. Oh, that was also in Linera's locker. That's interesting.
Why?
Do all Jades love doing their nails? Oh, that's interesting. Is that a stereotype? We can keep looking. What's so funny?
Should I present this nail polish?
Oh, present the nail polish? What? That's an interesting idea.
Why? What on earth? How is that interesting?
That is an interesting idea.
I'm mad.
I have his internet history that says that he likes the books, so you would want to go over and look at the books.
You think he wants to do his nails right now?
Alright, I'll present this nail polish.
Objection.
Are you absolutely sure about that?
No. Alden.
Yes. Oh, I was just answering Ariel. I don't know if you were supposed to click yes.
Well, it's the
not
same
know?
question that she had. Yes, I'm sure, apparently.
Well, what you got for us, Joe?
This, apparently!
Interesting.
A few years ago, I stepped on my brother's Tiger handheld and cracked the screen. Oh. There was no way I could glue it back together. But my babysitter showed me how you could use clear nail polish to seal cracks in delicate surfaces while also preventing further damage.
That pisses me off.
That me too.
You guys did a really good job on guessing that one.
I mean, she didn't
Oh my
put it
God.
like that. She explained that nitrocellulose dissolved in butyl acetate would form a clear, flexible varnish over the LCD screen. You can seal hairline fractures without ruining the way something looks. Smart. Smart. Tegiri has done nothing but mock the Jades for their delicate behavior since this case started. So he must have known that one of them would have something like this in their locker.
Compelling argument, Joe. What say the witness? I. Ah! Shouting gun! I cannot confirm or deny anything.
What? God, what?
What do you mean by that?
Let me explain.
Oh my god, hurry
While your
up.
supposition asserts that the culprit in this case would have to possess advanced reflexes, refined instincts, and intelligence within the top percentile, you have only provided the material motive. You have yet to present a cogent psychological reason to prove Miss Ursama's accusation.
Is this something we really care about?
Of course. You're deeply thirsty for a glimpse into my dark and tortured soul.
It actually sounds like you have a pretty good idea of where you want this to go, so why don't you just tell us?
As expected of a low IQ thin blood, no sense of drama or suspense. Why would I hand you the key to my defeat? In the immortal words of the famous philosopher Patera Benter, hit me with your best shot. Oh my god. Pat Benatar.
I do have this internet
Oh
history.
my god.
Oh!
What a piece of evidence.
Alright.
Objection.
Yes!
I have something that can prove you wanted to read fresh teeth. I have your internet history.
How'd you even
Oh
get
my
that?
God.
I mean, how is this going to help your case? All you're going to prove is that I am a genius of the highest caliber who spends his day exploring literary masterworks.
Reading literary masterworks, more like reading cheap, exploitative, X-rated nonsense.
Uh-oh.
I implore the court to look further at some of these searches.
Oh, what are your fetishes?
Female rainbow drinker, spade reader, quadrant felicitation, fang femdom.
Oh, fang femdom.
Bioluminescent waifu gifts, 2D animated 3D PD.
Oh, wow, 3D
Female
BT.
rainbow drinker, heart reader, hurt comfort, Quizella, XXX,
We
fucking
both
dry.
right.
Need I go further?
Yo, this guy's wild. You are
Oh,
making
wow.
a mockery of my intellectualism. These are searches for only the most serious of scholarly works. I don't know about that,
Then,
buddy.
Do you care to explain why you were searching for this weird stuff if not to get your rocks off?
Nothing about my internet history is salacious in the least. Only a noob would call it filthy. But inevitably, I owe you no thorough explanation, for my internet searches relate to only the most sensitive of topics. A man's waifu. And if you're forcing me to reveal my waifu without consent, well, that's essentially challenging me to a duel. Mine is Futaba. Unless, of course, your waifu is shit. I am proud to say that my waifu lives among the highest of echelons. Even God tier does not suffice to describe it.
It's pretty clear that he didn't do it, but I'm not sure how to proceed. If we dismiss him now, Stelsa might just end the trial right there and declare Daria guilty. And why not just let him dig his own grave? Because that wouldn't be right either. I don't want him getting convicted just because he's an idiot. We need to prove Daria innocent by finding the real culprit, not by throwing someone else under the bus. Interesting take. You're adding challenge variables to my theory of defensive laceration that I hadn't even considered. They're not challenge variables. We're here to find the truth, right? Sure. The truth. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. Yes, exactly. And find the whole truth. They can't do triple W's with those words. Just prove that he never read Fresh Tea. Right, let's take it from the top.
Nothing about my internet history.
Okay, but now that I owe you no thorough explanation for the internet searches relate to only the most sensitive of topics, a man's waifu, blah 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 blah. Unless, of course, your waifu is shit. I'm proud to say that my waifu is in the highest.
We need to know who his waifu is.
That's what I kind of feel like too.
Yeah.
I feel like that's where this is.
He's gonna say Asuna from Sword Art Online.
I know. I really want to know who his waifu is now.
Yeah, he's
But
got to pick something
should
basic.
No, I think I need to press
No,
this
we need to
one.
know who this
This
waifu
one
is.
We're
Even
pressing
though
this
I know. Objection!
What makes a waifu, poop tier? I forgot she doesn't swear.
Well, you've queried the right troll. First off, a good waifu must exist only in the two-dimensional plane. True. The third dimension is imperfect and will never be pure enough to sate those with high-caliber tastes, like me. Secondly, a good waifu possesses the demeanor of a delicate purr beast. They must attend to your every mental need without complaint or resistance. Thirdly, they have to print well on the body pillow.
That's fair. That's
Amelia! If they do not meet any of those requirements, they are shit tier.
I'm sorry I asked.
I can see you're not getting it.
No, I think I get it just fine.
Don't worry, your low-blood think pan simply isn't prepared for such an extremely advanced subject. Let me provide you with the quintessential example of bad waifuism, so you know what to avoid. Any member of Hatch to Dance. In fact, as a group they stand as perhaps some of the clearest examples of what irreparably soils as a waifu.
What?
Objection!
Objection. This is absurd. I don't want to talk about boy bands.
Overruled! I want to see where he go with this one. Let's start from the top. The indigo blood on horse. Perhaps the most tragic of the lot. His pectoral development is magnificent, and yet this is somehow his downfall. A tragic case of putting one's eggs all in one basket. There's simply nothing more to note about his person. Abysmal dancing prowess, remedial singing ability.
What?
And to be honest, he's what we in the business call a butterface. Sir, I must respectfully ask. 1. Do you have eyes? Then, the cerulean blood, Kimani. No! Stop! A beautiful and skilled singer, I'll admit, but his waifu quotient is severely diminished by his sluttiness attribute. Kimani is simply a revolting slattern. Just from looking at him, you can tell he consorts with many more trolls than he has quadrant. The group bucket, truly, it disgusts me to even think of this one. You're being so mean.
I can't believe this.
The tear blood, tear gun. As a tear myself, I find him particularly offensive. First off, all, to waste our blood casts boundless intellectual ability on being a little dancing man is a shame, no matter how impressive his steps might be. Second, I can't help but feel he is cribbing my brand by wearing that hat all the time. Is personal. Third, he never responds to my challenge to a duel. A rank coward.
I think I'm gonna pass out.
And then there's the jade-blooded rapper, Actius. Oh no! Not Actius! E! What can I say but those shoes? What are those? Good troll lord, those shoes.
What are these?
Full circle. Gotta agree with him on this one. Yep. It was the best decision we've made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the first slides are dope as shit. Hurry up, please. Yup! Atticus has the fashion sense of a dumpster goblin. Yup! And he's simply a complete dumbass. Yup!
What?
Could you stop trying to brag that you know him? What? Yup! Believe me, there's nothing I feel more my acquaintance with Atticus than even vaguely resembles pride. Hyah! Just hearing his name makes me my gastric sac churn. Hyah!
Me gastric sac churn. Yarr! Sorry to interrupt your little slap fight, but I believe that it is I who is conducting the vicious roast here, not you.
My apologies. Hyah! Please continue. Hyah!
Lastly, there's Vestry, the olive blood. Him, I admit. His diminutive stature and impish demeanor. His grub-like yet seductive features that belly a maturity beyond his sweeps. His icy manner that conceals a tender inner core he reveals to only his most trusted allies. Ah, were he not but in possession of one dimension too many. In the end, he, too, is consigned to the ranks of three-dimensional pig disgusting!
I'm going to kill you! This is so trite. Why does this matter? Why are you all screaming? H2D are beautiful, sinless idols, and I can't stand to hear this bastard talk about them this way.
That's right. Their posters are all over the walls of our caverns. They're probably the leading cause of fights in the cloisters, Uwu.
There are only so many people in the cloisters to pale with until you've got to turn to idolatry for something new, I guess. Plus, I don't have to look Atticus in the eye every day for the next sweep after I'm done. Actius? Actius.
Yeah, there's no first two T's.
Yeah. If you ever had, you wouldn't want to. Yep. Shut the fuck up, Lonk.
Shut up, long. It's a common theme. Okay, am I the only one who doesn't care about these boys?
Sorry, Stills. Can't say they're too my taste personally, but I can objectively acknowledge that HD is perfectly serviceable suit of waifus.
Objection! Objection!
No, you can't object. You're on the stand. There are rules we must follow. Your honorable tyranny, sir, I must request we move on from this completely pointless and irrelevant tangent and get back to the trial.
Wait, hold the phone. I think I want to hear more about this Vestry guy.
No!
Sad clown face.
Okay. Where are we? So, we pressed about the waifu. That's what that whole tangent was about, correct?
I don't know.
I think so. Do we need to press anything else?
Oh, okay. This one, I feel like you should be able to figure this one out. I think I could figure this one out.
Oh, wow.
I think
okay, is it an evidence or is it a press?
It's evidence.
Okay. I'm going to present some evidence on this third one.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
On this third one?
On this third one, because we haven't pressed the
What
other
are
ones.
what are the reasons something is shit tier?
If they are
3D.
They can't be printed on a pillow.
And then what's the second one? They have to have your needs.
Okay, well...
What are your needs?
We should have something.
Well, they kind of look 2D here because they're on this, but I don't...
I wouldn't say it was that one.
Yeah. What about this book?
Read the thing.
Out loud? This was in Wanshi's log of the constant whiplash between ultraviolet and super schmaltzy. You don't think someone watching his age should be reading this?
Oh, but is he Wanshi's age? Is Tegiri Wanshi's age?
To me, this is 2D. So.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty cool book.
Oh, okay.
Objection!
Sick.
You would make a suggestion like that. But this simple garbage has absolutely no bearing on the case at hand. Unless, of course, your waifu is shit.
Was that incorrect? Alden seems confused. Did I put it on the wrong one?
Go back to 2.
It's on 2?
Yeah.
Do we need to press 2 first, I'm guessing? Or can I just... or should I just evidence?
I think you can just present, I think.
Okay. Same thing. It's this book. Okay.
Objection! Oh, maybe you do have to press.
Okay. Alright, I'm pressing the second one.
Objection!
Objection! Is that a threat?
It would be, if I considered you worthy of unleashing my blade upon. You are nothing but a squirming regular.
Actually, I'd probably be the one dueling you. How would you like to duel? I'm pretty okay at stickball, even though sometimes I get a little wild with the Cubat.
Well, while I'm sure you've amassed some physical prowess on account of your sludgy blood and the hand-to-mouth lifestyle of those of your ilk, I'm afraid an uneducated meathead such as yourself would be obliterated in a duel against me. I would not rush to such hasty provocation if I were you. My duels are duels of the mind, not of muscle.
Yeah, I guess I'm not that smart.
Were you just talking about using your sword on me?
It was a metaphor. The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. Troll philosopher Sun Tzu San. That's good.
I think he's scared of you.
No way. That would be silly.
Alright, I'm presenting on the second one with this book.
Alright. Objection. I mean, I've read 2 things now that says it should, so maybe you have to do all 3. You have to...
Pressing the first one. If it's not salacious, then what is it?
Salacious? It is dark web contraband. Text that the masses cannot handle. I am a lead taxor admin of a hidden virtual library which hosts reams of these forbidden texts.
Okay, you're trying to make it sound really cool by using all these big words and being abstract and stuff, but to me it seems like you just enjoy reading naughty novels.
Plebs like you may consider it naughty, but I operate on a higher plane of existence. I understand real literature. I am an expert in all sorts of banned books, from censored cartoons to the edgiest of light novels.
So, does that include the Rainbow Emotion Saga? Like you knew about it before this whole train ride?
Of course. What kind of elite-level poet warrior would I be if I were not aware of every single banned book that had ever been written?
That seems pretty important. I think you should mention that you've been reading filthy books in your testimony.
It's not filthy, it's fine art.
Oh, we got a fourth one now. Should I press this fourth one? For the heck of it? I'm gonna press it. Let's get it done with.
Uh-oh.
If you read the book, you'd know what was in it, right?
Indubitably.
Do you think we could trick him somehow? Wow. We're getting a little underhanded, I see. I mean, all we have to do is prove he never read The Fresh Teeth, right? So let's see if he responds to something that is clearly not from the Rainbow Drinker series.
There we go.
Yeah, so I think this second one, present this book.
Sure.
Okay.
Objection.
In that case, can I read you a passage from this book? Go ahead and tell me if you've recognized it.
This is beneath me, but I'll do it for the dramatics.
Okay, here we go. The sultry, joint-legged blonde beast meandered up to her brood leader, Gunstar, her hips swaying back and forth. Her chest was covered in the rainbow smears of her fresh kills, of which there were many. She dropped to her knees before him, her hands clasped in prayer, begging for redemption. Oh, my star brood, how could you have abandoned me like this? I must have taken on your nightly hunt ejaculated the blonde. I must prove myself before the moon spirit, or my mate spirit's sword stain will be cold. Sounds familiar?
Of course it's familiar. Obviously, this is a passage from the profane text in question. Objection!
Objection! If you really knew about the Rainbow Motion saga, you would know the scene I just read was from a totally different novel. You've just been duped by Soldier Purbeast Volume 16 Part 3, The Great Squeak Bee Cunt. Squeak Beast Cunt.
Yeah, Soldier Purbeast is a totally different genre too. I think he might be lying about knowing all this cool contraband stuff.
Shut your grub shoot, you quivering normie bitch!
Okay.
I am many things. I am handsome. I am hardcore. I am indescribably badass. But I am no liar.
Alright, clap, clap. Good show, guys and gals. Glad this is all settled. Now we can all agree to get this man off the stand.
Did you not hear me? I am many things, but I am no liar. I didn't claim the passage of text was from the Rainbow Drinker novel. I said it was from the profane text in question. That could have meant anything. I was telling the truth.
Yes, yes, we all heard you. Now please leave before you make an even bigger fool of yourself.
No, I refuse to leave. Don't you understand? I did it. I stole the book from the locker. It was the coolest thing I've ever done. And I look like an absolute fucking badass as I stake through the shadows and snipe the forbidden novel like the Bishonen anti-hero thief I am. And I read it. Oh yes, I read it. Because my brain is the size of a fucking planet and both sides of it are in shadow. I am the dark side. I am the darkness.
Oh.
Oh, jeez.
Ow!
Alright. I think we've had enough fun for the day. Let's end this flarp session and...
Are you listening to me? I said I did it. I'm guilty. Guilty. Fucking baller, my buddy. Just be some juicy confesh.
Fine, if you're so committed to getting cold, I may have to oblige you, but since I'm so nice, I'll give you one more chance to back out before calling the case.
Why would I back out?
Ugh. Gosh, this trial is a total bust. Hold it! There's a crucial piece of evidence that's been overlooked. Oh, I'm sorry, I must have missed something. No, it's cool, it's just some insider info I have. Tegiri, would you hand me your sword?
This blade is my life, my body, my soul.
Yeah, just hand it over or I petition this honorable tyranny to acquire it for me.
I don't want it to leave my side. Hand it over, Big Bud. She knows what's up. Here.
Thanks. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I have before me the katana or other witness claims to have used to steal the contraband item from Miss Ursula's locker. Now, pay close attention. I will draw this sword from its sheath and slice my hand off at the wrist. Surely, if the blade were sharp enough to cut metal, I guess metal could work, it would be sharp enough to cut through bone. Even with my said a little bookworm muscles applying the force. Ching! Stop!
Honeybee, what are you doing? Tisius, no! You don't need both hands so you Oh, you need both hands so you can hold things. Oh, it's totally dull.
Not even a paper cut. See? No matter how hard I slice myself with it, it fails to cut through even the thinnest part of my wrist.
Tegiri, this sword is nothing but a cheap knockoff. I think you got this at a Troll Spencer's gift.
Oh, man. No! There must be a mistake!
Alright, somebody pull him off the stand before he has a fainting spell.
You got it.
Wait, but if Tegiri's sword didn't cut the lock, then what did?
Like I said before, this foolish diversion, we've already identified the high-quality nail file found in Daria's locker. And that nail file is Daria's!
Alright.
Tear her apart already! Now, here's a gal who knows what's up. I'm calling on her to attest.
Oh, wait! Before Linera steps to the stand, I have something really important to say. Hello, everyone. Oh, wow, it's a little scary to be up here in front of all of you. Especially since I have a terrible, dramatic secret that will change the whole course of the trial.
Oh my god. What sort of terrible dramatic secret, dear?
It really hurts to do this, Uwu. I'm close to breaking down. My blood pusher aches, but I cannot stand by and do nothing. You see, in order to protect poor sweet innocent Daria, I must present a piece of evidence that maybe might implicate another one of my precious friends. I have before me Linera's secret diary.
For what now?
Linera has a secret diary?
Excuse me? How dare you? How did you even know about that?
You always write in it during our lessons when you think I'm not paying attention. Anyway, contained within our detailed dates and times that proved Daria could not have stolen any part of the Rainbow Emotion Saga. Uwu.
Pass over the diary, sweetheart, and let the auditor scrutinize the documents.
The relevant timeline starts on page 406. I bookmarked it for you, Uwu.
Oh yes, I see. This is an incredibly detailed account of where each Jade Blood was during the theft. All parties are accounted for, excluding Linera, of course.
Don't keep it to yourself, sis. Share the hot goss. Smiling clown face.
Of course, I will now read aloud the appropriate passage concerning the accused. And then, Daria had to go toddle off to the blue blood car to hit on someone, like the slut she is. She claimed she was just getting a midday snack for 20 whole minutes at 15:30. Someone needs to call her already. She's such a blank who makes my blank tremble. Blankety blank blank blank. I wish she'd just disappear. I wish a contrived series of events would happen in order to excommunicate her from our commune.
What's all that? How are you making that noise with your mouth?
Oh, Linera censors her diary with nail polish, Uwu.
That seems counterproductive.
I didn't write any of that. Okay, I maybe wrote some of it. Most of it. But not all of it. If this is all true, I think it disqualifies Daria from being the culprit since she was getting a snack during the theft.
Yeah, sure, a snack. Well,
this is an exciting development. Thank you very much for sharing this piece of evidence, my dear. Is there anything else you would like to present before the court?
No, that's all. I hope it clears some things up, woo-woo.
While this was extremely helpful, we will have to call Daria up to the stand before I can confirm or deny anything within this journal.
Wait! I like to look at the diary before we go any further. There might be some important details inside. I want to call a recess.
A recess? But we are at the most exciting part of the trial.
DK, I could use an intermission. We could use an intermission. The anticipation gets you all lubed up for the main event, smiling clown face.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, are we halfway now?
No. We're actually 3/4 of the way. Or, like, closer to 80% of the way. I think that there's only one more person, but you get the opportunity. I think you get the opportunity to save and whatnot here. So I think this would be a good place to stop. But you should go through this dialogue.
Okay, go through this dialogue first. Nura's secret diary is pretty incriminating. Every single jade is accounted for during the theft, except for her. And she's certainly got a motive, and probably could have broken the lock. But something doesn't feel right about this. How so? I don't know, I can't really put my finger on it.
Yeah, me neither. Maybe it's because we've got nothing to cross-reference. Like, we are relying on this one piece of evidence alone.
This journal is the only truth you have, then you've got to believe in it. But what if it's not the whole truth? Then you must discover more of your truth. If something feels wrong, it's your duty to investigate further and cull your uncertainty before it grows into a monster. See. In that case, I think I'd like to talk to everyone again. Go get him, champ. Alright, we're ending our episode here. We're still in this car.
We were so close.
And these last 2 or 3 episodes have been almost an hour long, or at least 40 minutes. So I'm sorry
really
unless you enjoy
it
it being long, then congratulations. Holy cow. At least this has been, I've been having fun doing this trial at least, and having now that we established our voices and we're just going back and forth,
yeah.
Interesting plot development. But boy, we're still here. Why? Why are we
It
still
feels like
here?
we accomplished so little over so much time.
I know.
For real.
I feel like most of the
definitely
episode was
interesting.
talking about waifus, I felt like at one point. Yeah.
Huge chunk.
Thank you guys for coming. I keep lying. We're still in this car. We're still on this trial. See you next time. Will we make it out of this trial? We better.
Yeah.
Oh. Come on. Alright. See you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.